What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Randy, and I'm an online health and fitness coach. I help sales professionals optimize their health so they can obviously make more money, be healthier, look better, and pretty much excel in the normal everyday life and beyond. All right. So what I did today, guys, is I made a video on for guys who have trouble increasing their close rate. So I made a full video. We're gonna go through it right now on ways you can increase your close rate without having to quote unquote, master sales or get better at sales. I'm going to show you guys what I did as an online sales professional, and then hopefully it can help you guys out, for you guys who need this. All right. So if you guys look at the screenshot right here, this is my bank account over a year ago. This is my bank account, and this is how it looked. $40 in my account. 40 bucks. And during this time, I was kind of not really focused on exercising as much. I was trying to grind my business 10, 12 hours a day, go hard, go fast. The type of things that, all people tell you to do is just grind it out, go as hard as you can, And after month 6, I looked at my account and I was like, man, I feel like crap. Nothing's working. I'm learning all these sales tactics. I'm watching sales videos, and it's just not working. I'm just burnt out. It's just not working. It wasn't really having any progress. I was just so burnt out on working, 12 hours a day, taking 8, 10 calls a day, and just insanely burnt out. And after I figure out how to optimize my lifestyle and health, this is pretty much me after. This is all the deals that I've closed, within a month. After learning this technique, I'm going to teach you guys how to do today. These all real screenshots from my business, and obviously you can see, I made the most amount of money when I was in the best shape of my life. Believe it or not, but it's not what you guys think. It's not getting big. It's not getting swole. It's having a lifestyle health optimization. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to do that today. So if you guys need help, increasing your close rate, this is gonna be a really simple way of how to do it. So why this is why you will succeed. The fact you're watching this video guide instead of scrolling on TikTok or watching print videos on YouTube, you're pretty much putting your business and your work ahead of that. You want to be successful, you want to make money, you want to close more deals. And most guys who are sales professionals, believe it or not, they're not optimized. What do they normally do? They show up to work at 8 or 9. They take an hour break. They're not exercising. They're not putting in the extra groundwork to make sure that their health is on point to get to that next level. Their brains clogged with BS. Relationship problems, health problems, a lot of problems they're dealing with that's impacting them in the sales game. So you obviously, if you watch this video, you have an above average attention span. And that's going to give you an advantage among other sales professionals in your direct space and in other areas as well. So why listen to me? Like, you probably wonder, who is this guy talking on his camera, man? Why listen to me? And like many of you guys, man, I've taken the same route that you may be on right now. Obviously, after graduating college, man, I did door-to-door sales. And I was making damn near 200 a week, like $1,000 a month doing door-to-door sales. So I started at the bottom, like I had nothing, after graduating, and I did door-to-door sales. I did that for about 6 months to a year. Starting out, I made like the first 3 months, I made like $1,000 a month, nothing. Obviously it got better. and then COVID hit, so that pretty much went away. But yeah, man, I got experience in door-to-door sales and behavioral psychology, bachelor's in behavioral psychology. So understanding, the things that's important in sales, which is human emotion, the mindset, things like that, behavioral, things like that, how people act, and this is what, I achieved in health and fitness and sales, working with like-minded guys who are in the sales space, transforming their lives, changing their lives, trying to make, the world a better place, one step at a time, This is pretty much my transformation, from when I was not really making a lot of money. I was fat. I was working out, but I didn't know how to work out correctly as a sales professional. That's the key. I worked out like a bodybuilder or power lifter, but I didn't work out like a sales professional. And it's a big difference in that. And I'm going to show you guys, what I did. Obviously I get to dress up, I get to take photos, I get to live in a nice apartment, a nice place, poolside, travel, take pictures. That's what I love to do. Have nice dinners with family and friends, and obviously have an active dating life. This screenshot here. So yeah, man. So just to show you guys from not capping, this is the pretty much amount of money that I've made, man, from sales. On my own. On my own. So if you guys want to close more deals, this is the way you guys want to do it. All right. So this is what I achieved so far, from understanding, lifestyle health optimization as a sales professional. So my close rate was at 35%, and that jumped to 80%, just for understanding this. I achieved time and location freedom, increased confidence and status. My looks actually improved as well, So I was able to gain and maintain six-pack abs all year round. Trust me, it's not hard, Had better health, no sales anxiety. That's a big one. And I had increased energy, Obviously with that comes a positive social life, positive relationships with family, friends, you name it, You just become a happier person overall. One thing on not having sales anxiety, I talk to a lot of sales professionals, and many of those guys, like they are hoping for no calls, no shows, just so they can get a break, So guys like that are willing to not make a sale just to get a 30-minute or hour break, and that's not the way I want you guys living your guys' lives every single day, So my promise to you is, I want to teach you some information that you can use to avoid the same mistakes that I've been through. Obviously when trying to balance your sales as well as health and fitness, so you can get into the best shape of your life and have that amazing quality of life as well. Okay? And like I said, this is me. My name is Randy. Make health and fitness videos for sales professionals. All right? I'm going to be dropping content for the foreseeable future. So if you want more of that, subscribe for more videos like this. Yeah, man. So let's get into it. So the 3 steps to increasing your close rate. All right, we're gonna go over the 3 steps that I use to increase my close rate, so you guys can do it too. All right. So number 1 is going to be gamifying life. All right. We're going to talk about goals, leveling up, planning, and a progress bar. How to use a progress bar. All right. Secondly, we're going to talk about world creation. All right. I'm going to show you guys how I was able to create my own world, which means change my environment, change my nutrition, change fitness, understand how to navigate, social media, not let it distract you, get away distractions and vices. All right. And last but not least, I'm going to show you guys the speed run technique that I use that helped me, have an Olympic focus, as well as pushing through 60-day seasons, which helps you pretty much get done, 6 months of work in 2 months. All right. So I'm going to pretty much show you guys how to do that without burnout as well. Okay. So everything you need to master lifestyle, health, optimization is in the video below. So make sure you watch that video after this video here. Okay? So make sure you guys check that out. Alright. So first we're going to talk about gamifying life. You know, making life pretty much like the Sims game. If you guys ever played an RPG game like The Sims or like, you know, World of Warcraft, what makes these games so addictive is that you are actually working to something, you know. So quote unquote, in many RPG games, you know, the game really, it never truly ends. Like, you can literally play forever, you know, because there's always going to be levels to unlock. It's always going to be new weapons, new skills, new potions. It's always going to be never ending. And that's what makes video games and RPG games so addicting. Alright? So how can we use that style of gaming, RPG style, progress, leveling up, how can we enter that into our real life? Alright? And we do that as far as doing that, as far as making it match our goals. Alright? So we're gonna have to treat sales and fitness like a game. Alright? So you gotta ask yourself, you know, what are your weakest points? You know, what are your current weakest points? Is it communication? Is it, you know, are you fat? Is it fitness? Is it health? Is it dating? You gotta ask yourself, what area in life are you lacking? You know, and after you figure it out, you gotta understand, okay, how do you want to develop those weak points to make them stronger? Alright, this will make sales and fitness less stressful. Alright, so for example, I can tell you guys, for me, you know, one of my weakest points was going up to somebody and just having a conversation. So social skills was one of the weakest points I've had, you know, and over the years I was like, okay, how can I get better at communication? Well, like I said earlier, I got a door-to-door sales job. So that's direct communication. You knock on somebody's door and you have to talk to them, you know. So I did a lot of that, you know. Also, one other thing I did was just talking to people in general, you know. Go to the store, I'm talking to people, cold approaching people in the street, you know, just random stuff. It's like, you know, compliments. Just getting the habit of talking to people over and over and over again, you know, and that was helping me level up my communication skills in real life, you know, kind of like a game, you know. So you gotta tell yourself, what are the benefits of leveling up? You know, for me, it was, I can be a better communicator. I can maybe, you know, meet some new friends, new business associates, or opportunities. Who knows? You know, but just getting better at talking to people makes it easier for me. So you gotta find out what works, what's that lacking spot for you. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, I want you guys to try this, man. I want you guys to set goals that forces you out your comfort zone, you know, with a big reward at the end. You know, like what I did. You know, it's code approaching people. It's crazy. Girls, it's code approaching them. It's not easy. You know, so once you do that, it's like, okay, you get out your comfort zone. You know, so in 2022, some of the goals I have for myself was, you know, get six-pack abs, you know, get rid of that beta mindset, the scared mindset, you know, obviously bringing in $2,500 a month in my online business, as well as having a new girlfriend or active dating life. You know, that was, you know, the main goals I was working towards during that time. All right. So for you, I want you guys to do this right now. All right. I want you guys to write out your goals in your notes app, you know, and save it to your home screen. All right. So once you have it down, save it, put it on your on the wallpaper of your phone. All right. I want you to stare at it long enough until it's ingrained in your mind. You know, until you dream about your goals. You know, I want it to be that deep inside your mind. Okay. All right. So next we got planning. All right. Gamifying life planning. All right. So you may be stuck in trying to maintain a successful health and fitness routine. All right. I know many guys, they do it for 3 months, they stop. They do it for 6 months, they stop. But they can never get consistent enough to do it for a year, or to do it when they actually see the benefits of the work. You know, they stop way before then. All right. So here's what kind of helped me out. I can show you guys what I did. So 2 important questions you guys have to ask yourself. And it's gonna light a fire under you. Okay. So you gotta ask yourself this. You know, what type of routine would you follow if you needed to make 20K and get 6-pack abs in 30 days? You know? So just imagine you need to make 20K and get 6-pack abs in 60 days. And if you didn't do that, you will lose life be over. You lose everything. You know, what routine would you do every single day to guarantee that happens? You know? And this question here, it helps you figure out, you know, what to manage and, you know, and plan on, you know. And this way you can plan to get out your comfort zone. If you need to make 20K, you know, okay, I have 0 right now. I have to make 20K. What's the fastest way I can make money? Cold calling, cold DMing, you know, going on the street and just, you know, getting some type of income coming in. You know, that's the most important thing. Is looking for work every single day. You know, if you guys in sales, obviously, cold calling, you know, cold DMing, you know, whatever you guys do, door-to-door sales, doesn't matter. You know, just making sure you get talking to people, get in front of people's faces so you can sell. All right, that's most important. Okay, so I want you guys to do this, man. So comment below the answers to the question above. You know, I want to know, man, if like what type of routine would you guys follow if you had to make 20K and get 6-pack abs in 60 days? Like what would you guys do? I'm curious. I'm really curious. You know? Alright, man. So part 2 planning is going to be, you know, what future problems do you want to avoid? Alright? Like for some guys, obviously, man, losing the house, you know, losing your car, having your wife or girlfriend leave you is tough, you know, stuff like that. What future problems do you want to avoid? Your business going under, you know. So do not make decisions on pleasure. You know, make decisions on the pain you'll go through if you don't achieve your goals. So you can be a young guy right now, and you want to move out. You want to say, man, you know, I need to make XYZ amount to get out of here. And then ask yourself, if I don't get out, then what happens? Oh, I'll be under other people's rules. I won't have enough freedom. I can't bring people back to the house. Like, it's a lot of like negatives that come with not having your own spot. You know, it's a lot of negatives that come from not being in shape. You know, diseases, you know, sickness, a lot of health complications come from not being in shape. So instead of saying, oh, I want a 6-pack to look good in the beach and do X, Y, and Z, no, I want to get in the best shape of my life, because if I don't, I may not live to X, Y, Z. I may not have the girl X, Y, Z. I may not be able to take my shirt off X, Y, Z. I'll feel like, you know, I'll feel bad about myself. You know, start looking at it that way. And that's going to trick your mind to really work harder on your goals. All right? Think about it as pain, not pleasure. Okay? So, an important life lesson I learned is that, you know, a lot of your success will come from planning the important tasks in advance, you know, and brainstorming ways to solve problems. The way my mind works is I'll forget something. I really will forget something fast. So if somebody tells me something important, if I don't write it down, in 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to forget, you know. So I kept a pretty great habit of keeping track of everything in my notes app. I write down everything in my notes app, you know, important things, and stuff in general, you know. Even if it's not important, I'll have it. And if it's an important task I have to do, I'll just transfer it over to my calendar or my task manager, you know, things like that. Because, you know, for people like me, man, who, it's kind of hard to, let's say, remember things long term. Planning is the hardest part of it all, because if you don't plan, you're pretty much done, and after planning, execution comes next, so you pretty much have to live life as if you have no safety net. There's no plan B. I have to make 10K this month or I'm done. I have to make 5K this month or else. That's how you have to think about it. And you have to choose the task that improves the main two areas of your life you're working on right now, which is sales and health. So if you watch this video, obviously you want to make more sales and you want to get healthier. So you got to figure out, what can I do every single day to improve my sales, as well as making more money, and improve my health and fitness. That's the only thing you should be worried about. Alright? So the number one regret of sales professionals is they wish they were in better shape. They wish they were healthier. Because think about it. You look around at your peers and have that uncomfortable convo with yourself. You see, the top earner, Chad. He's making 100K a month. He's selling. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's ripped. He's jacked. And you're just like, you're making good money, but you could be doing better if you was in better shape. You would be more confident if you was in better shape. You will be the life of it all if you was in better shape. Or at least, in your mind, you can be deep down as confident as possible so you can perform as best as possible, if you was in better shape, So stop looking at those high earners who are jacked and stop saying, I wish this was me, and just put the work in and just make it you. People say you can't be ripped, in shape, and a high performance sales rep. It's total BS. You can do both. And you should be able to do both. You should be able to do both. Alright? So, like I say, have this conversation with yourself. 20-30 minutes to sit down, no social media, nothing, and just talk to yourself. Write down notes about, what you have to do right now to change who you want to be. Alright? 20-30 minutes is going to save years off your life and struggling and BSing. Alright? Alright, man. So next we're going to talk about world creation. Alright? How to create your own world. Okay? So we're going to get pretty deep. This one's going to be pretty deep, okay? So we're going to really touch on that. As you see, what the normal guys do. Smoking, drinking, junk food, fast food, Doritos, Oreos, all this BS food. This stuff is killing your mind, killing your body. So it's killing two things at once, So you're pretty much killing yourself. What they say, two stones, one bird, two stones. You're pretty much killing yourself twice with this type of habits you're doing. Junk food habits, drinking habits, alcohol habits, drug habits. It's killing your body and mind. All right. So let's talk about this environment. Alright, I'm sure that your environment is one of the biggest reasons you're stuck right now. Right? And let me explain why. If you work from home or in a place around others, which is impacting your health and fitness, for me, distracted. I was in college, I had roommates, I was distracted. In door-to-door sales, I was with guys who wasn't really locked in on sales. It was just young guys digging around, want to make extra cash. So my door-to-door sales performance was bad due to my environment. But it was still on me. It was still on me. But during that time, looking back, surrounded with the guys I was surrounded by, nobody was really overachieving. Or I wasn't with the overachievers. I was just with the guys who was just, digging around for just a 6 month job. So how did I go from that to understanding environment mastery? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys what I did. How to improve your environment. Right, the first thing you have to do is you have to understand your goals and eliminate everything that distracts you from your goal. All right. Honestly, guys, you have to start setting up an artificial environment. You have to create your own environment. All right. Consistently get rid of things that don't serve your purpose. Weekly resets. I know for me, one thing I do every single week is, I will, let's say, clean up my laptop. I will go through my laptop and kind of remove files which are old, I don't need, or just, stuff is in the way. Same thing with like, my place. I might get rid of some things I don't need or haven't seen in a while or haven't used in a while. I'm always kind of recycling things and getting things out of my life, because if you don't, stuff will just keep piling up, until it gets so big that you can't even focus or think, and it's going to get so big it's going to take too much energy to just remove it all at one time. So every week, like on a Sunday, I do like a weekly reset. I say, okay, what are some things I don't need around here? What can I just get rid of real quick that I won't miss? And this took me years to understand about weekly resets, monthly resets, things like that. All right. So for you guys, man, I want you guys to write down your ideal environment. Pretty much what you got to write down. Your city, what city you want to live in, your ideal living situation, ideal, friends, family situations, things like that. I want you guys to write that down, and that will give you an idea of like how, you will create your own environment, your own world. Okay. Next, nutrition. World creation, nutrition. Very, very important. Very important. Because changing your nutrition is the biggest thing you can do right now to increase your sales closes. Trust me. Just nutrition. You don't gotta buy a course. You don't gotta learn the new sales technique. Just changing your nutrition and feeling great and performing great is the fastest and easiest thing you can do right now to increase your sales rate. Eating normal foods will increase your productivity. Before I was locked in on, health and fitness and really understanding the importance of real food, my attention span was so low. I know one time I started a drop shipping company, and within a week I was done. I had no attention span. I was playing video games. I was on TikTok scrolling. Low productivity. I was eating like crap. All the foods you shouldn't eat, I was eating it and thinking I can run a business, thinking I can, be good in sales. There's no way. So what I did, man, is I stuck to natural, real foods. Trust me. I'm in the top 1% when it comes to fitness, as far as sales reps. Alright? And if you do that, you're gonna be if you just stick to natural and real foods, you're gonna be in the top 1% of close rates in your industry. Because think about it. What are most sales reps doing? You look around. Most sales reps, hey, you want to go here and get some food? You want to go there, get some food? They take a break. They come back. They feel like crap. They can't get back to work. That's 85% of the industry right there. So if you just stick to just eating natural, real foods, you're in the top 5-10% right then. And that's pretty much what I did, and pretty much it changed everything. So I'm gonna kind of give you guys a sneak peek of what my routine currently looks like. And this has been looking like this for the last 6 months or so, that I've been pretty much on this type of like, okay, nutrition protocol. Okay, so what I normally do is I do something called an elimination diet. Okay, so what I usually will have is I have my proteins. So I have like, and this can vary, but usually like chicken, ground beef, salmon, steak, eggs. Those are all my protein sources that I get my protein from weekly. Okay. After that, I'll throw in some light carbs and maybe some sweet potatoes or rice. I just stick to those two things because it's easy to make. It's quick, little cleanup. All right. For veggies, I'll have some spinach or broccoli. Doesn't really matter. And for healthy fats, what I usually would do is I'll go avocados and almonds. And this is all I eat. This is it. A very simple diet. For me, I don't have to think on what I want to eat. I don't have to think, oh, I have to cook this meal, that meal, I have to get this ingredients. No. I eat very, very, very simple. It takes me 5-10 minutes, whip it up, but we're done. Very easy to alternate week to week to week as well. To where I don't even have to think about it. I can just get it done and move on to what I gotta do, which is locking in and work. Alright? Like I say, less stress and less brain energy to have to make decisions. And for right now everything is cost effective, I buy everything in bulk and just do it that way. Or take it one step further, you get order Chipotle every day, order food every day, which is same thing. Just stick to these foods, elimination style. Okay. So next, how can you improve your nutrition? So let's say right now you're still eating Pop-Tarts, still eating ice cream, you still love cereal, you still love your processed cereal, and trust me, I love cereal too. Rice Krispie Treats, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I love it too. But what I did is, like, over time I started to add real food to my diet. Over time. So I like my breakfast, my cereal, but instead of cereal, I had some eggs and spinach. So over time, you just add real foods in your diet. You start to cut out the fluff, cut out the breads, cut out the BS. Focus on protein, fats, and vegetables. That's gonna be the main thing of having a high performance and looking great as a sales professional. All right. Eat less processed and fast foods. Those are the worst things you can eat. Processed and fast foods are going to drain you over time. Think about it. That's what every sales professional was doing. Every sales professional is eating processed foods and fast foods. Get away from that. Okay. One diet I took this away from, which is kind of similar, is the keto diet. Because the keto diet is high in protein, high in fats, right? Low carbs. So the keto diet is a great start for maintaining your energy throughout the day and staying lean and strong. Like I said, when I first started working out, I was bulking up like a normal bodybuilder, eating 3,000 calories a day, 500 grams of carbs. I was eating like a bodybuilder and trying to be a sales professional. Trust me, it didn't work. I was always tired, always sleepy, like I couldn't really get up. I was just I was done, and that impacted, my money, which impacted my lifestyle, impacted my mood, which, kind of a cycle. I start eating bad, and then it's just a daily cycle, man. So for sales professionals, you guys have to take a different approach to it. A super different approach to it. And I was able to master that by staying lean and strong, following this formula. Okay. So one thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to think about what you ate yesterday. So think about your meals yesterday. What did you guys eat? What did you guys eat? What can you change about your current nutrition routine? If anything, what can you guys change to make it better? You know, is it less carbs, less processed foods? You know, I want you guys to take it slow. Like I say, it's over time. Over time. So one change at a time. Alright? So what I want you guys to do now is I want you guys to write down 3 meals you can eat daily. Then, over time, add some adjustments to those meals. Alright? Same thing that I said above here. Like one of my meals, a staple, you know, ground beef and sweet potatoes with some avocados. Or ground beef, rice, avocado. I could eat that every single day. Like, without a doubt. Twice a day, every single day, I could eat that. No matter what. You know, so you guys want to find meals you enjoy within the ranges of the nutrition. Okay? That's going to be key. Alright. So, moving forward, let's get into the thing everybody wants to hear, man. It's the fitness side. Alright, so this is World Creation Fitness. Okay? My fitness story, you guys probably seen it. 105 pounds, 110 pounds, soaking wet. Couldn't really look into the mirror. You know, skinny arms. I mean, I was okay, but skinny arms, skinny guy, super skinny. You know, even though I played college baseball, I really didn't work out with weights. I really wasn't healthy, quote unquote. You know, I made excuses for why I didn't need to work out. You know, wasting years of my life not locking in the gym. You know, oh, I'm gonna start this day. I'm gonna go for 2 weeks and stop. I've been through it. I've been through the cycle. I've been through the entire cycle. You know, so I'm sure a lot of you guys are dealing with the same thing. I'm busy with work. I'm busy with school. Just making excuses. You know. So how to exercise consistently? Okay. All it is, guys, is just having a dedicated set routine. All right. It sounds crazy, but having that routine is everything. All right. So what I did is I picked 4 to 5 days a week that I can dedicate to working out. You know, no matter what. You know. Okay, the times can vary, but I make sure I at least get 4 to 5 days a week, which I'm actually doing something active, working out at the gym, doing Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, something. It doesn't even have to be the gym. You know, that's what people get it wrong. It doesn't have to be the gym, but something active where you're pushing your body, pushing your mind, and getting your mind off of the work and off of the real world. All right. So, if you are very low on time, which I was at one point, add some type of activity during your dead times of the day. You know, I know when I was taking a lot of sales calls, like 10 sales calls a day, I used to do push-ups, like 25 push-ups every time I'll get off a sales call. You know, and if you do push-ups every time you get off a sales call, or before you get on a sales call, you're taking 8 or 10 sales calls a day, boy, you can really knock out 200 push-ups in a day. And we don't think like that, but it's that easy. It's that easy. It's that easy as a guy, you know, or as a sales professional, you know. So things like, you know, walking on breaks, push-ups, having a smart treadmill under your desk, you know, a standing desk, you know, doing a 20-minute home workout, you know, things like that really makes it no excuse not to work out, like not to do something. You know, just no excuse. You know, I remember I was so obsessed with this, I bought an at-home pull-up bar just to get my pull-ups in, you know, in between sales calls. You know, just to get some pull-ups in, just to get some work in, because at the time I wasn't going to the gym, I wasn't driving, I was so locked in on sales that I had to be at the office at my spot damn near 12 hours a day. You know, so I really couldn't really leave for more than 20 minutes. So I had to bring everything to me. You know, so there's no excuse. You know, but I will be honest. it is tough getting up to doing it. So it is difficult to start because why not just sit back and relax? Why not just scroll on Instagram for 10-15 minutes? Just scroll Instagram, look at some Instagram models, text your girl. Like, that's fun, right? Why not just do that? Swipe on dating apps for 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of guys do. But instead of doing that, like literally, instead of doing that, knock out some push-ups, knock out some pull-ups, and just take it one day at a time. Even if you do miss a day, it will happen. In the beginning, you will miss a day. Don't stop. Don't stop. I remember I'm such a perfectionist. If I miss a day, I literally will. If it's Monday and I'm good for like 2 or 3 days, and it's Thursday and I stop, I literally would skip the whole week and start again on Monday. Like, I'm such a perfectionist, I would do that. Don't do that. When you miss a day, pick up on the next day and just keep the ball going. Alright? Let's keep the ball going. Okay? So next, man, we're gonna be talking about social media. Like we talked about it here, man. Creating your world as far as social media. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. If you're not getting leads on it, if you're not making money on it, it's pretty much just, a distraction. It's very difficult to improve rapidly with social media as your distraction. Because it's stopping you from achieving your goals. Like I said, when you guys are on a break for like 10 to 15 minutes, instead of doing push-ups or pull-ups, you guys are scrolling social media. That's a distraction from your goals because you want to be in shape, but you're really not putting in any action to do it. Alright? And social media is stopping that action. Alright? Because of this. Information overload. Cutting it out. Limit social media use. It's giving you so many ideas you can't even function right. Because what I noticed, every successful sales rep spends minimal or no time scrolling social media. Every sales rep is a producer, not a consumer. They don't consume things, they produce things and produce results. Alright, so I want to get you guys into that mindset of producing results for your business or your work, any work you're doing. Alright? So don't watch what others are doing. Focus on leveling up your life and your skills. Yes, you can get tips. Yes, you can get advice. But once you get those tips and advice, start doing it ASAP. Implement it ASAP. Like the thing I just said with the push-ups and pull-ups in between sales calls. Try it out. Try it out. See if you like it. Try it out. See if it works for you. Simple things like that. Learn, do. Alright? It's funny because you really have to be obsessed with the process. Alright? Because if you find yourself slipping back into social media, then you have to remove it completely until all daily tasks are done. That's what I did. I was so obsessed with social media, texting, that I had to delete it. For like the middle of the day, from like 10 to 7, no social media. I can only use it on my computer if I need it, like Facebook or something, to like DM or like reply back. That was it. On my phone, none. Alright, so that's the only use case I see for it for you guys, if you guys need it for work. Okay. I've also noticed that most unhealthy people make excuses for why they are fat and broke. Oh, it wasn't my fault. Oh, the system is this. Oh, I work so much. It's BS. Because every successful sales rep I know makes time for what is important. The funny part about it is, it's all up to you. Are you going to make time for what's important, or are you going to let time make you? That's the key. Get ahead of the curve. So what I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to look in your app in the screen time feature. And I want you to write down the last 4 weeks of the average amount of hours you spend on social media a day. So for the last month, I want you to write down how many hours you spend on social media every single day. And write it down and take a note of it, because it's going to show you a lot. Alright? And as a sales professional, I want you guys to look to cut that down to at least an hour a day. Max. Like, you really should never be on social media as a sales professional. So if you are at like 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours even, look to cut it down at least to 1 hour. And that might mean deleting the app. That might mean turning your phone off. It might mean a lot of different things. So cut it down each hour until it's below 1 hour a day. Alright? One app that I've been using is Opio. It's an extreme app for time blocking and social media addiction. It cuts off the apps. It pretty much says, okay, you cannot open this app from this time to this time. Alright? Because if you don't, just do this. If you don't take my advice, you keep doing what you're doing, just, imagine your life going down the same path. What would that mean for you? What can you do now to get one step closer to your fitness and sales goals? Who could have this effect in the long term? In a positive way or a negative way? Of course, you make the decisions, but who does your decisions affect? Does it affect, if you have a wife and kids, it's going to affect your wife and kids. It may affect your brothers. It may affect your parents. It may affect your co-workers, your business partners. Your decisions mean things. So you got to kind of take a step outside of yourself and say, how does this affect the people around me, both positive and negatively? Alright? So next is distractions. So, distractions are a huge problem. Funny thing about it, video games is a big distraction. It gives you a sense of release without the life progress. So like I said earlier, playing RPG games, scrolling social media, it gives you wins without doing anything in real life. It takes away your dopamine. It takes away your motivation to really grind in life. Because distracting yourself is a cope to not finish important tasks. Because I've been there, I've done that. I've put things off for weeks because I wanted to watch a show. I wanted to, go on dating apps. I wanted to play video game. We've all been there, and it's just cope. It's cope for not getting the work done, So instead of distracting yourself from life, use daily life as a competition and game to keep yourself focused on the main goal. Like I say, gamify your life. Track your progress. Make sure you at least have a goal to hit, and once you hit it, what's the next goal? Alright? And funny thing about this, when you do achieve your goal, then you can indulge in the things you love to do. Because think about it, I love to take pictures. I love to get inside of like the music taste. I love all that type of stuff. Once you achieve your big goal, you make 10K this month and you never made that much money in your life. Take a weekend to reset, relax, and really say, wow, I made 10K this month. I can not say take a foot off the gas, but take a couple of days to sit back and enjoy the flowers. Don't freaking go insane, but take a day to just relax. Like play some video games, watch a movie, go on a date. Do something fun for yourself once you hit that big goal. You know why? Because once you set that next goal, it's going to be more motivational to get to the next goal. Because guess what? Once you hit it, you get some release after that. Alright, so look at it that way. Okay? So how to remove distractions? So remove yourself from distractions or vice versa. The easiest thing is just removing yourself. Take yourself away from the BS. Expect to become distracted once in a while. It will happen. But once you realize it, get back to a focused state. You know, distract yourself with mindfulness activities. You know, fitness, health and fitness, going to the gym, 45 minutes to an hour a day, working out 30 minutes to an hour a day is a distraction, but it's a positive distraction. You know, we want to have positive distractions in our life. All right, setting your budget. One of the best things I love to do. That's kind of a distraction. Like, I don't need the budget, but I want to. I like it. And that, for me, that's a distraction. I can fix my monthly budget. You know, write down what I spent, write down what I made. I enjoy doing that. It's a mindfulness activity that I love to do. I love it, but it doesn't really cause a big break in my life. But it's something I enjoy doing. You know, meditation, being able to meditate every single day. You know, being mindful, doing nothing every single day. You know, working on your business, studying business, mindfulness activity. You know, and learning sales. So all these things you can do in place of, scrolling social media, watching a movie, doing this, doing that, when you're not at your goal yet. When you're not at your goal yet. Important. Once you hit your goal, then yes, have that release. Sit back, relax, yes. But until then, keep the main thing the main thing. Okay? Next we got vices. So, I'm not going to be the guy that says, oh my god, nobody has vices, I don't have vices. No. We all have our unique vices, and I've studied this in psychology, that we all have vices that we all have unique vices that we deal with daily. And if these vices will ever get out into the public, I'm pretty sure we will all be somewhat embarrassed, or like, oh my god, fuck, we all have a unique vice that another person might be like, this guy's crazy. It's normal, it's human. So, but the severity of vices can vary. This could be a lifelong problem for most people. I don't want to get into it, but a lot of people have vices that are illegal. That's where it becomes, okay, you gotta stop this. This is becoming too much. So things like that. But this is the only thing holding you back from getting what you want, getting into better shape, or making the money you want. It's controlling your urges and vices. Trust me. This is the hardest thing to do, because our vice will always give us that sense of release that is unmatched. It's unmatched. But then again, distraction and excuses make our vices our last hope for a positive release. If I gotta make this video, like, I have to make this video, I have to write this up. This probably took an hour or so, an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Like, if I let my vice control me, I could have did something in half the time that would have made me feel better than making this video. If that makes sense to you guys. Like, I could have played a video game for 30 minutes and I would have got more dopamine. Or no, I could have played a video game for 10 minutes and I would have got more of a release than to make this video for 2 hours. And that would have been a distraction for me to say, oh, I can just play a video game, and then 10 minutes to the 20 to the hour. You can never win when it comes to your vice. Alright? Because vices kills our drive for fitness, status, and money. Because once we have our vice, we don't want to work hard for anything else, because we have what we enjoy. We have it. So you can get massive success once you know your vice and the habits you notice when that urge is coming back. I know for a lot of guys, man, a lot of guys have sexual vices. And what is the one trigger that triggers sexual vices? Instagram, TikTok, social media. You pop your home screen up, your fucking sexual device is already in front of your face. So that's why it makes it so hard to get back to work, because your device is right in front of your face, and it's hard to look away. It's hard to say no over and over and over and over and over again. You know, you can say no once or twice, but if your phone is right here and you have access right here, and every time you open your phone up, it's a vice. After the 10th, 12th time, you're going to be like, F this, let me just scroll for a little bit, and then it gets deeper and deeper and deeper until there's no coming back from it, you know? So, how to keep your vices in check? You have to understand your vices, write them down. You know, write those vices down. Once written, write down the things you do before the vice is activated. You know, so if I know I have a sexual vice, what do I do before I start XYZ? Oh, I open social media. Oh, my phone's right beside me. Oh, I'm in my house too long. Oh, I'm up late at night. I'm around the wrong people. So you gotta figure out what's that trigger, you know, to the vices. Side note, I remember a time I used to smoke a lot, and one of the things that I realized that, okay, I'm around these people, they all smoke weed, and every time I'm around them, I'm smoking all the time. So I had to realize, if I want to stop smoking, I probably gotta not see those guys as much, or get away from those guys. It's that simple, you know. It's that simple. Yes, it's gonna be hard, but once you do it, you know, the line's made. All right. This is what you have to do. You have to have an accountability partner and support system around you, because you can't do it alone. You know, you can, but it's gonna be a lot harder. Okay. If not, then more than likely your vice will come out and destroy all your progress you made. You know, if you don't have a team, if you don't have a support system, your vice is always going to win, unless you just completely remove it out the way. You know, your vice is always going to win if you don't have a team and if you don't have a support system. So it's very important to have that. All right. And last but not least, speed running. All right. We all want results fast. We all want results fast. Look at me. Fat guy, out of shape, starting out sales, not making no money, you know, cool. To the guy on the right side. 6-pack abs, strong, jack, lean, full bank account, confident. How can I turn from left to right? How can I make that transformation as fast as possible? You know? And one thing that we're going to talk about is how to have Olympic focus. Kobe Bryant, you know? Think about it, Kobe Bryant. You know? 60 days is all you need to change your current habits. Alright? 3 things that you need is going to be planning, confidence, and relentlessness. Okay? Because it's easier the sooner you get started. Because success loves speed. Become fast and focused. The key is to focus on less. If you're doing 20 things, you won't get nothing done. Focus on less. What's gonna help you in life right now? Making money and getting healthier. And the funny thing about it, those 2 things go hand in hand anyway. You know, so you should be getting healthier so you can make more money, and then everything just spouts from that. Okay. Olympic focus. Center your focus on the most important things in your life right now. Health, family, finances. Focus on maxing out those 3 stats. But it's hard to do them all at the same time. So, what you're going to do, you're going to go all out at one, at the same time and make smaller progress in other two areas. Then adjust importance when life permits. For example, for me, when I was taking 8 to 10 sales calls a day, my health was not the priority. My priority was making enough money so I can pay rent and really lock in financially. So what happened? In the beginning, my health was ass. Everything was ass. It was terrible. But after I figured everything out, I said, okay, let me max out my finances, but still make time for health in my family life and social life. So that's what I had to do. Even though I wasn't dating super crazy, or I wasn't freaking in crazy freaking 2% body fat shape, I was maintaining, but my bank account was thriving, my sales was thriving, I was going insane, but I was still focused on maintaining and getting better in my health. I still had 6-pack abs, I still was lean, I still look better than 95% of the world without health being my main focus. And that's what you guys gotta realize, because right now your main focus may not be health. Your main focus may not be money. It may be finding a wife, finding a girlfriend. So you guys gotta figure out what is the main thing I have to do right now, and how can I make it, and how can I make that top priority until I have it. Then once I have it, okay, what's the next thing we need now? And then that's how you guys should pretty much do it. But it's like, how can we manage all three as a sales professional? A lot of guys ask me that. The basic idea of Olympic focus is like dedicated focus and relentless discipline. The Olympics come around every 4 years. So every 4 years you only have one shot at the gold medal. So it's not like basketball season was every year. You get a season every year. No, your season comes around every 4 years. So you have to be locked in. You have to be dialed in. You have to have relentless discipline during that off-season stretch. Because in 4 years you can fall off. You can be done for. So how do you pace yourself enough to where when the Olympics are coming up, how can you be primed and ready for it? You have to make sacrifices. You have to cut out as much pointless activities as possible. TV, waste of time, BS conversations, shadow work, terrible friend groups. Get that out the way. You got to figure out what's important and go all out at that. So I want to ask you guys this. If you could only pick one goal to accomplish in the next 60 days, what goal will fulfill you the most? Write that down. Okay? Next, if you could only pick 3 goals to accomplish in the next year, what goals would you set? I want you guys to write that down. Okay? Because nothing else is important, and it will literally stop you from your goals. Alright? So, would you sacrifice your goals for somebody else? Would you give up your goals for your girlfriend? Would you give up your goals for your friend? Would you give up your goals for family, associates? You gotta ask yourself that. Would you give up your goals for these people? Better yet, would you sacrifice your goals for your vices? That's a good question. Would you sacrifice your goals for your vices? Many guys will say, no, I wouldn't sacrifice my goals for my vices. Damn well knowing today you did that. I bet you guys today, some of you guys woke up and you chose your vices over your goals. And you know it deep down. You know it deep down. So, what you guys want to do, you guys want to sacrifice as much as possible for a gold medal. You just want to get that gold medal. You have to sacrifice as much as possible to get that gold medal. Right? Stop lying to yourself. Alright. Here's the good stuff. 60-day seasons. Most people take months or years to change their life. All you need is 60 days to get into the position you want to be in the future. Alright? 60-day seasons are full sprints, all out 100%. Okay? So I want you guys to think to yourself, what is the highest ROI you can get from optimizing your health? You know, optimizing sleep, nutrition, fitness. You know, once you optimize all that stuff, what is the highest ROI you can get? Okay? For example, as a sales rep, how can optimizing your lifestyle, how can optimizing your health increase your life as a sales professional? Inside and outside of work. But funny enough, so many sales professionals disregard their health. Yes, they make some money, but they don't have the confidence outside of work or in relationships. You know? So what's the use of all that money if you can't look good in clothes? If you can't, you know, talk, be charismatic, or have that inner confidence? Well, what's the point of all that money if you're just working hard for just to work hard? You know? We all want status. We all want something. The hot girl beside something. We want something. It's not just work. You know, for some guys. Okay? 60-day sprints separate you from the average sales professionals. Alright? This gives you that well-needed edge to get ahead of the pack. If you focus on those 60 days all out, then you work the amount of 6 months for the average sales professional. Remember, the average sales professional takes hour breaks at lunch. They are hoping they get no shows on their sales calls just to get breaks. They're not working out. They're not eating healthy. Their health is not optimized. You know? Because every successful sales pro has a select sprint that they follow. And after the sprint, they give themselves a week to release and recover. Then get back to the grind. That's the key. That's the key. So I'm going to walk you guys through my sprint that I use to pretty much blow my entire freaking business up as far as closing sales calls and, you know, getting fitness clients, things like that. So my daily routine for a 60-day sprint was, this is me. 6 a.m. wake up time. 10 p.m. bedtime. Okay? I follow an elimination diet, which means I only ate these foods really: eggs, meats, avocados, almonds, and 50 grams of carbs a day. That's it. Of course, water and stuff like that, but yeah, that's it. No social media unless it's for work. No vices. No normal sales pro routine. What does that mean? That means I wasn't freaking taking an hour of lunch and to get back to the grind, to work. You know, that means I wasn't skipping the gym. You know, that's what that means. I wasn't living like a normal sales professional. You know, I had full focus on a clear output on one task. For example, I make, if I had to, 50 follow-up calls a day, 75 follow-up calls a day, 100 follow-up calls a day. And I make sure I do that every single day, no matter what. You know? So write down a routine that you can follow, that for 60 days straight, you can do it during your sprint. Alright? So, This is the tricky part. People want to go straight to 60 days. No. Work your way up to 60 days. When I did it, I did 7 days. I took a break, a 3-day break. Then I did 14 days, a break. 21 days, a break. 30 days, a break. Then 60 days. Alright? After each milestone, take a break. Take a couple of day reset. Alright? For me, I enjoy day trips, traveling, day trips, new restaurants, going on dates, new women, new girls, hanging with friends, same girls too, I like that too. Trying new food spots, restaurants, and artistic activities, music, art, culture. I like things like that. That's fun for me, So take a few days, enjoy yourself, go to a museum, take your date to a comedy show, something fun that you enjoy. Guilt-free time so you can get your mind off of sales. Work is so grinding. Yes, we can do it nonstop. Yes, we can. We can. But you want to have time where you can sit back and say, okay, I can take a couple days off. When it's time to get back, we're back. Alright? Play video games, watch a movie, watch a show. Cool. Then repeat the 60-day sprint again. Alright? Make some adjustments and repeat. So, why did this work so well for me? Because normal sales pros don't have leverage drives. They stay in one gear all year round until it's time to hit a quota. This is why sales pros get burnt out. All year round. Every single day we gotta take 8 to 10 calls a day, and I only get 2 days off a week. Bro, you'll get burnt out too. Well, some of them get 1 day off, really. But you will get burnt out too if you had to take 10 sales calls a day, every single day, for 5 days a week. You'll get burnt out too. Without an extended break, you will get burnt out too. So you'll see in the 60-day sprint, you'll get more work done in 60 days than most sales pros do in 6 months. Because you'll be primed, you'll be fresh, and you'll be leveraged. That's the key. Your health and fitness and mindset will be leveraged in this sprint. Okay? Then you can finally enjoy the reset period rather than having anxiety from being overworked or underperforming or saying, man, I gotta get back to work on Monday. You dreaded Monday. We don't want you to dread Monday. We want you to enjoy the rest period without having that anxiety. I don't want you to live like average sales professionals. Alright? So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to figure out which season works best for you. Okay? When starting out. Like I said, when I started out, I tested 21 days. I took 3 to 5 day rest. Okay? So figure out your rules, then stick to them as best as possible. Okay? Now, this video is done. If you made it this far, you are special. Okay? That's good. So, now is your time to implement everything. Alright? Now you have to take action. But now you're probably wondering how to get started. Here's what I would do. Prepare your sprint routine now. It takes 10-20 minutes. Plan today, then start tomorrow. Following the rules the best you can. Alright? Remember, do not aim for perfection to start out. Just be relentless and don't give up. If you miss a day, it's fine. Keep going. Alright? This stuff works, man. This stuff works. So like I said in the beginning of the video, the promise that I have for you guys was I want to teach sales professionals information so you can avoid the mistakes that I made when trying to balance sales and health and fitness. So you can get into the best shape of your life and have amazing quality of life. Okay? Everything you need to reach lifestyle health optimization video in the description. Alright, so watch that video after this. It's going to teach you a lot more on what I do for my clients as well. Okay. So other than that, man, this video is done. If you like this video, put a like on it. I'm going to bring more videos like this, man. Hope this is helpful for you guys, man. Hope you guys kill it. Hope you guys crush it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Let's go.